The pigeon brought May a life-changing surprise. It gave her a country villa, but after she got the house, she started to regret it, because the old place was falling apart. Fixing it would cost a fortune. The faucets were clogged. The storage room was full of empty wine bottles, and piles of useless old newspapers. Even the random animals showing up annoyed her. But this broken old house would completely change May's life. Just a few days earlier, May was a successful writer with a happy life. Her career and family were both going well. She loved writing book reviews. When she disliked a book, she never held back her bad review. One negative review made an author extremely angry. The author came to her with a secret, and May discovered the truth. Her husband had cheated on her. What hurt even more was that he hired a lawyer and demanded $200,000 from her. But May could never afford that much money. Her husband already had a plan. If May gave up her mother's house, she could get some money. At that moment, May realized everything was gone. She lost her marriage, and she had to leave the home she lived in for over 30 years, because from now on, the house no longer belonged to her. After moving into a short-term rental, the landlord told her many people like her had lived there before. They all came after failed marriages. Next door lived a lawyer, who cried all the time. He had been fighting with his ex-wife for 3 years. After hearing that, May felt even more hopeless. When the landlord left, she collapsed on the floor, feeling completely powerless. Then her friends came to visit. They planned a trip to Tuscany for her. They hoped a new place could help her start over. Maybe she could write again. When May arrived in Tuscany, she saw a completely different world. The scenery was beautiful. The old towns were full of life. The streets were packed with visitors. There she noticed a special woman. The woman was holding a newborn duckling. She touched its soft feathers like a child. May thought she was interesting, so she followed her, wanting to know who she was. But at the corner of the street, the woman suddenly disappeared. However, their story was only beginning. Soon, a man caught May's attention. He was struggling to write a postcard. Because the town was so beautiful, he did not know how to describe it. May picked up her writing skills again, and helped him finish the message. The warm scene around her slowly opened her heart. After leaving the town, May accidentally walked into a real estate office. There she saw a small villa called Bramisol. While looking at the house, the elegant woman appeared again. She held an ice cream, and told May the house was old, but it could still be fixed. May looked at the villa, and felt a strange connection. At that moment, a tour bus was blocked by a group of sheep. The bus stopped on the road, and May suddenly saw the villa right in front of her. She felt connected to this place. When the sheep finally moved away, the bus was ready to leave, but May suddenly made a decision. She asked the driver to stop. She stepped off the bus, pushed open the old gate covered in vines, and walked into the strange house. She had no idea this place would become her new beginning. When May entered the villa, she found a deal was already happening inside. A couple had decided to buy the house. But suddenly, a pigeon flew in. The owner saw it as a good sign. The sign he had been waiting for had arrived. So May got the keys to the villa. After signing the papers, the house officially became hers. An American woman suddenly owned a house in Italy. But she quickly realized the real challenge had just started. Even though she regretted it a little, the house was already hers, so she had to fix it. The old faucets were completely blocked. Every room showed years of damage. She opened a wine bottle left by the owner, but inside, there was only one grape, and more strange problems kept appearing. May picked one room, and made it her temporary bedroom. She hoped she could slowly get used to this place. That night, she called her friends, and told them she bought a house. But before they could talk long, a storm suddenly arrived. She rushed back to the villa. The heavy rain attacked the old house. May could only hide in bed, and spend the night alone. The next morning, the weather finally cleared. The real estate agent came early, and felt relieved when he saw May was safe. Then he introduced her to some construction teams. Because her budget was limited, May chose the cheapest team. The workers were from Poland. They did not look very professional, but the renovation finally began. Watching them work, May felt worried, because the house had too many problems. Just as expected, the walls soon became unstable. A wall suddenly collapsed. Everyone quickly ran away, but when they checked again, they realized the accident actually improved the design. May slowly noticed the old house was changing. During the renovation, she met the worker handling the electricity. Later she discovered the man had no electrician license, but he actually had a literature professor degree. May brought out some books, trying to find a shared topic, but the man avoided eye contact. He seemed unwilling to talk about his past. May understood. Getting to know someone takes time. You cannot force it. At the same time, she noticed an old man in town. Every day, he brought fresh flowers to a small roadside shrine. He removed the dead flowers and replaced them with new ones. May became curious about him. She tried to talk to him, but the old man always stayed cold. After coming here, May's life slowed down. She started joining her neighbors in daily activities. At night, the neighbors invited her to dinner. There she met the special woman again. She finally learned her name was Catherine. May did not understand why Catherine was always so happy, but it made May want to change herself. While happily cutting the vines, May suddenly found a snake. She immediately panicked. She called the agent for help, but after searching for a long time, they found nothing. The loneliness and pressure finally became too much. May asked herself, was it crazy to live alone in such a big house? Seeing May like this, the agent did not leave. He stayed with her, covered her with a blanket, and lit the fireplace. For the first time, May talked about her marriage, and the relationship that ended badly. The agent then told her a story. Deep in the Alps, there was a dangerous railway. Many people believed a train could never pass there, but people still built the tracks early, because they believed one day, a train would come. Those words helped May find hope again. She started believing. The future was unknown, but that did not mean it would never come. At that moment, they became closer, but the agent knew he could not stay, because he had his own family, so he decided to leave. May's life started changing again. One day, May visited Catherine. Catherine told her she should stop living in the past. Regret only hurts the present. She needed to rebuild her life. Just like searching for ladybugs as a child, the harder you look, the harder they are to find. When you stop waiting, they may come to you by themselves. After hearing this, May returned to her house, and continued fixing it. Later, May went to Rome to buy supplies. The Italian men on the streets noticed her. She kept avoiding their attention. To escape them, she grabbed a stranger's hand. The man's name was Marcello, and that was how they met. May discovered Marcello was charming like everyone here. She quickly became interested in him. Marcello took her to meet his family. May found out he had a big lively family. Although Marcello lied about having what she needed, May did not care, because being with him made her feel relaxed. That night, they walked along the beach. Marcello followed behind her. They played hide and seek like children. Their relationship slowly grew closer. May finally felt happiness again. After years of sadness, they promised to meet again. When May returned to town, she was completely different. Meanwhile, the clogged faucet started dripping again. But a new problem appeared. Her friends called her to the bathroom. The toilet water was strangely hot. It turned out the workers connected the pipes wrong. Even worse, a young Polish worker secretly moved into her bedroom. Facing all these problems, May could only accept them. Later, she learned the young man had his own troubles. During the event, the girl's father arrived. The boy bravely showed his feelings, and the girl admitted she loved him too. Although things went wrong, and the boy got hit by a flagpole, the girl still ran to hug him. Seeing this, May smiled. She began to understand. Love can make people lose control, but it can also give them courage. After that, May still greeted the old man every day, but he never answered. Soon, the boy told her the villa renovation was finally finished. Everyone took a photo together, in front of the new wall, saving this shared memory. Although there were many problems, everyone had worked hard for this place. After the workers left, May realized everyone had their own path. The workers went looking for new jobs. The young man chased his love. Her friends started new lives. Only May still had to face her future. Then, a sound came from the door. She opened it, and found a delivery had arrived. Inside was a box from America. When she opened it, she saw the blue vase, and an old cookbook. Inside was a photo of her and her ex-husband. At that moment, May finally let go of the past. She found Catherine, and told her she wanted to buy a white dress, then leave to find a new life. She no longer waited for happiness to come. She chose to walk toward the future. The old faucet that once stopped working started flowing again, and May's life finally began a brand new chapter.